Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And remember, you can always take us along with you. Thank you so much for tuning into Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and my co-host.
Thabiti, and we welcome you to the program. And let me just say right off the top, have your pen and paper handy for information you may want to write down.
Absolutely. I want to say good morning to Sister Fedora and Charlene and Derek and to Carl, to Katrina, and to Girlie. I hope you're feeling better. And we just want everybody to know that we appreciate you tuning in. Happy Monday to Bill and Rosa and Ron. Somebody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout outs to Ruth Ann and Sister Jackie, Professor Griggs, Brother James Ford, Clementine, Gladys, and we want to have and ask you to have your friends, relatives, neighbors, co-workers, church members to tune in also and record the numbers at the bottom of the screen so you can call in and be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely. You know, there's so much going on now. You got a Republican debate on Wednesday. You got a candidate that shouldn't be a candidate is trying every way he can to get publicity. But in the meantime, Hood Research wants you to take that pen and paper and save the date for Friday, September the 8th. That is the second Friday of September. We're going to host an ice cream social, and we will be at the Montfort Marines Center, which is located on Joy Road just west of Schaefer. The address is 13721 Joy Road. That's 13721 Joy Road. We want you to save that date. We want you to join us that evening. It's about meeting people in the community, about learning information, and we will also have a little marketplace for people to learn about some vendors. But this morning, we have someone with us who is going to share some information to enhance your smile. Good morning, Monique Thomas. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning. Good morning.
We would like to know, who is Monique Thomas?
So first I would like to say thank you. This is a great opportunity to come on and share about All Smiles. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yeah, so All Smiles, it started out when I was about 18. Mm-hmm. And I just right after I got my braces taken off, mm-hmm. and I wanted my teeth to look like what I saw on TV. Mm-hmm. And I went to my dentist office and I said, Doc, I want my teeth to look like people that I see on TV, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, just chisel my teeth, make them white. And he's like, you're too young to get your teeth chiseled. So how about we just make them white? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, and it was about $1,000, something I couldn't even afford. Mm. And I put it in layaway, and that started my teeth whitening journey.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny that people ask me all the time about my smile because, every time I walk in a room, I smile a lot, right? And I have a big smile. And when coming from North Carolina, I'm just a country girl from North Carolina. So for me to start All Smiles, it was a beautiful journey. Mm-hmm. Coming from corporate America, right? You get programmed because I have several degrees. I went to Michigan State mm-hmm. For my first engineering degree, and then coming from North Carolina, I went back home and I got my second degree in industrial engineering. Mm-hmm. So I've been in corporate America primarily all my life, right? And it wasn't until I went to a women's conference back in I want to say 2018. And it was in San Diego. We had a sponsored trip for women for us to really get together and really assess where we are in life. And it was the program mindset of just being in corporate America, which is nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with being in corporate America. But when you go through what I've went through as an engineer and you get downsized, and I've experienced unemployment several times and all the things that come along with it, you got to be able to transition your mindset into getting something from me, because at the time I was saving companies millions of dollars. I'm good at what I do. I've been doing this for a very, very long time. But I got tired of experiencing unemployment, and I got tired of being in a rotation of, am I going to have a job? You know, I'm a single mom. I have twins. And I just got exhausted from that. And from there, I went to that women's conference in San Diego, and I was empowered to start my own business.
Oh, what kind of engineer did you practice?
So my first degree is in packaging engineering from Michigan State. And then I have industrial engineering master's from North Carolina A&T. And also along the way, you know, when you're good at what you do and you get all these degrees and you constantly, I was in a circle of getting certifications. I'm a Six Sigma black belt. That just tells companies that I know how to save them millions of dollars. Okay. And I just got exhausted. And so when All Smiles, when, you know, people would tell me all the time, I'm almost smiling and I got a beautiful smile. And I say, we're going to birth All Smiles. And in 2020, through the pandemic, that happened.
Let me ask you something before you go on. Did you find when you were working in corporate America that if you shared your ideas and taught their blonde-haired, blue-eyed babies how to do the job, that's when you got downsized?
Yes, it happened a few times. When you get to the point where the experience, the degrees, and you, with the experience of 20 years being in engineering, and the level of experience in different areas. I've been in logistics. I've been in supply chain. I've managed distribution warehouses. I've been in automotive industry for 11 years. That comes along with downsizing. It happens all the time, especially in automotive. And you got to find a way to bounce back. You got to be able to do something that, you know, understand what your purpose is, and something that you got more than just 9 to 5 every day on a grind. And I had to find that within myself through talking through different women networks, through a local ministry that's here in Detroit that talks about businesses, and also even meeting Gigi. You know, I met her some years ago, and it was about empowering women so that we can be able to promote our businesses and, you know, and move forward, right?
Right.
One thing I was just going to say off the bat from what you said a moment ago about when Theo had mentioned downsizing was the idea that generally when companies downsize, it seems to me anyway, it tends to be white collar over the line employee who's actually on the line producing something, because it seems like they can always shift people who are in the white collar positions. I think even now with some of the and this is just prior to the UAW talks, but when they talk about downsizing, they always talk about where we're going to have to reduce our corporate staff somewhat. So I can see how you got caught in that blender of not having the kind of security that you wanted and seeking something that you could, you know, say, well, okay, I operate from this platform where nobody calls the shots on me. So I like that.
Yeah. Yep. And you're dead on, because that it happens all the time. You know, we're considered, even though we add value to the company, but we don't add value, right? Because we're not, especially in automotive, you know, because we're not physically on the line producing, building a vehicle, whether if you're in body shop, paint, trim, chassis, final. Look, I know that stuff like the back of my hand because I was doing it for so long.
Yeah.
So then in 2020, you began to learn about you, and then you gave birth to All Smiles. That the name of your company?
Yes, it is All Smiles. And with All Smiles, you know, especially during the pandemic, because, you know, there's three things that when you talk about my mission and what I do, I love what I do, right, as a entrepreneur, because we got the world, we were devastated by, you know, by COVID, right?
Yeah.
And when we walk around and we're not, either you're not confident, right, in your smile because whatever happened in your youth, or not taking care of our teeth, because sometimes we can take care of everything else, but we seem to forget to take care of our teeth, right? We could take care of our hair, our lashes, you know, the men, you know, men in there too, right? Because my product is for all ages, and it's for men and women, and the teeth sometimes is our last priority. And go ahead.
And parents as well forget to take care of their children's teeth.
Yes.
And if they're not complaining about a toothache, the parents don't really think a lot about it.
Remember when you start talking about children, remember, I know when in my era, we used to have volunteers when they would go around to the schools and give floss and
Toothbrush.
Do you remember that?
Little toothbrush.
Yes.
Small toothpaste
Yes.
to the children.
Yes. We've gotten away from that. You know, and because of that, to your point about, you know, not being educated on, you know, taking care of your teeth, you know, and today's everything is microwavable, everything is to go, everybody is one sweet tooth, you know, and we just stray away from really taking care of our teeth, right, as kids, and then we get into adulthood, right, and we slack. Right, and so now All Smiles is about bringing confidence back to your smile.
All right, we have a caller on the line.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, this is Douglas Whitaker calling from California.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'd like to know what makes your product the best.
What?
What makes your product the best?
Hi, Douglas. Great question. So my product, when I design, is first I have a whole product line, right? And so we started talking about the strips because you got UV trays, you got strips, and you got a teeth whitening pen. When I designed the strips, it was all about elasticity, making sure, because I got a big smile. So when I started the journey, I used to see people with their focus on, when they get in those professional services, they would focus on their front teeth and not have their other teeth, the sides, be different colors. And so it was about making sure that I had elasticity to stretch those strips from side to side, because we got to cover and make sure all our teeth is white. And then I added extra viscosity that you can wear them longer. And that just means that it adheres to your teeth longer. It's up to 4 hours. And then I put a mint flavor. So that's what separates me from my competitors.
Hello.
Thank you for that question and answer.
Any other question or comment? Hello.
What made you motivated to start this business?
Great question, Doug. You're hitting all the right questions.
All right.
You know, what motivated me is I want to be able to be a blessing to others, right? I want folks to, everybody can smile, you know, because your smile is everything. It'll change conversations. It'll change moods. You know, when you approach people and you have a smile and you're confident, that is everything. And so that was my biggest motivator, is to bring confidence and making sure that we educate people early, about, the importance of oral care, and then bringing that same education up into our adulthood, because we all want to smile, right?
Right.
And sometimes the smile is our teeth is the first thing we see,
Right.
right? So that's my motivator.
Okay. Mr. Talk Show host, what's your next question?
Thank you.
Great answer. What do you see your business going for the next 5 years?
Oh my goodness, that is so great, because I wanted to talk about that. The plans, for the next 5 years include being able to go back into the communities and educate and provide consulting services with the youth, even up to including, adults, right? Because we talk about that toothpaste, toothbrush, and going back into the local schools and the local communities and being able to provide that, and as well as an extension of oral care products, so that I'm continuously bringing businesses back to the community. And also, I'm also educating and bringing opportunity for other women to do businesses, start up businesses such as myself.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer to that question.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate it.
Thank you for calling us all the way from California.
Yeah, you said California.
Whoa, yes. And where are you in California? Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I've got a follow up to the strip question, because you see these commercials on television, and I know that it's for the whitening of the teeth. But is there any kind of an effect that the gums are getting, because they're that's actual skin from whatever the chemical may be in the product to whiten the teeth? Does that affect the gum in any way?
So I specifically designed the strips for no sensitivity.
Okay.
Right, because that was one of my surveys when I started to go into this. Because I used to work with Procter and Gamble, so I
That says something.
So when I designed the strips, and I love Procter, by the way, but I'm just saying, because they're my number one competitor.
Oh, dum.
So when I designed the strips, I took in consideration, I did a survey, and it was about flavor. What is it that you want out of a strip when you're talking about teeth whitening, right? And the number one and number two was taste and also sensitivity. So I designed the strips to have no sensitivity, mint flavor. And for me personally, it was about elasticity and viscosity, because I wear my strips when I'm working out. I wear my strips when I am working. I would love to do a demo. If we had time to do a demo, because I believe in my strips and in my whole product line. And so there are no sensitivity in my products.
Now, there's a tendency when we get something on our mouth, this is just natural. If we were to put a mint on our mouths will salivate. So I'm asking a question that once you have that, like we were speaking about the teeth and the gums, but there's a tendency to salivate, and in that tendency, we sometimes swallow our saliva as well. So is there anything that we have to concern ourselves with internally if we ingest that?
No.
Okay.
No, because that's a great question. And that's part of the extra viscosity on it, because you're right, we do salivate, right? And I'll tell my customers all the time, think about and any of the products, you think about something wet and the saliva on your teeth. So wipe that off first, apply the strip, and the extra viscosity adheres to the teeth, right? So it's going to last longer. So you don't have that issue, and then it's natural in your teeth, so it's not going to be harmful if you swallow. Okay. No problem. Great question.
So the strip itself stays stuck to the teeth for, you say, up to 4 hours?
Up to 4 hours. And, like I said, I've been using, when I used to use my competitors for a long time, I took that in consideration. Right. And so it became, I I wanted something that was lasted longer. Right. I believe in this stuff. Right. And I didn't want, it just says no slippage. Right. And so that was one of my own personal differences with the product to make sure that it adheres to the teeth and stay longer.
Now, how long would you recommend? Like, let's say somebody would they use it daily, and how many hours or minutes or whatever would they apply for it to become effective, and they could actually see results?
Yeah. So I guarantee that using a product that you'll see in 7 days, 10 shades lighter. Okay, so that's the first guarantee. Okay. 10 shades lighter in 7 days. Now, people always say, I want my teeth to look like yours. Well, this is a process, right? Because you're not going to stop drinking wine or eating food with colors, right? So it's when you get to a state of where you want it to be, it's about maintenance. Believe it or not, I still throw a strip in every now and then. I threw one over here 15 minutes and took it off. All right. So it doesn't stop. You just don't do it as much. Right. And so, I know I focused on talking about the strips, but, as we get into the other products, right, being UV trays, because right now, whenever this is like technology. So everybody is big on UV LED trays, right? This is what they use in the doctor's offices. And I think my products is just, you can just do it at home. You don't need to go to a brick and mortar. You can do it at home and it's affordable.
Okay. Tell us about some of the other products. They complement the strips or instead of, or what addition to?
Yep. So let's talk about it. So the product line, because by the way, I forgot to mention that I am on Walmart. Online.
Great.
Oh, listen. Oh, by the way, Walmart is from here to the moon, and she forgot to mention Walmart. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, we have a couple of minutes before we take our first break. So I just want people to know that Monique Thomas is with us this morning, and her company is called All Smiles. You have a website.
Yes, I have a website. It's www.allsmilesonline.com.
Oh, okay. All Smiles Online. At a type in online?
Yes, everything is online right now. I also have a YouTube channel. I am on Instagram, Twitter, allsmiles_LLC. You can also get my product on Walmart Marketplace online and also by the website.
All right now. Okay. Well, now we have to take our break, and we shall be back momentarily.
It's time to do something more. Join the Detroit Police Department, either straight out of high school or make a bold career change. Officers start at $40,000, plus health insurance, paid vacation, retirement plans, and more. Apply online at joindetroitblue.org.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And take us along with you. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, the positive image production by Hood Research. And we are talking about one of the images that all of us need to be concerned about. That is your smile. And to talk about it with us this morning is Monique Thomas. Her business is called All Smiles. And she has been talking to us about the importance of caring for your teeth and keeping the smile up, because as she put it, one of the first things people notice when they see you is your smile. Monique, you were about to tell us about some of the other products that complement the strips.
Yes. So the first one is the LED UV trays, and it comes with what I should have did was open this up before I even got here.
All is well. This is live TV.
I always like to show the product because people want to know what this looks like. This is when I started this. I said let me go this route because people want instant results, right?
Okay.
And so the UV LED trays, like I said, is similar to what they use in the doctor offices, where you have a portable tray, right? And this lights up, and it comes with a cord for you to charge it, right?
Oh.
And also, what makes this so unique is all of these come with a 4-ounce gel. So this is the stuff that makes your teeth white, right? And so when you have a system like this, you have instructions where people like to see where you at right now. So it's kind of like you're looking at where you at right now to where you want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a 3-month supply. And all it is you put the gel in the tray, and this is for upper and lower. You charge it, and it's going to turn blue. That what activates the gel. So this is my most popular, and I think this is most popular because it's this is 4 hours with the strips, but this system is you use twice a day for 10 minutes a day. Right, so this is for the younger folks, and really it's for a lot of people. But I tend to get my younger generation that wants instant results right quick and fast. They typically order this, right?
Right.
So this is my the UV LED tray system, right? And then you have the pen. So the pen, when my competitors came out with this, as a woman-owned business, I always like to stay abreast of what they're doing. I can do. Okay.
Right.
So this pen is, I call this my on-the-go touchless pen, where you just apply, right? So you can apply it to your teeth individually and use a gel and let this stay on for 20 minutes, right? And so this is on the go, in your purse, in your pocket, very easy to use. Sometimes people don't want to deal with something being in their mouth or using hands to put strips on. So this is portable, easy to go, easy to use, and like I said, this is very easy.
Now, when you talk about the tray and there's a cord,
yes,
you plug it in.
Yes, it's only to charge it. So it's a charge, like a UV, like you charge your phone. This is a portable device that you can just plug it, make sure that it activates so you can get that blue light, because that's what they're looking for. That blue light is that activator, and you need to charge the system in order for it to turn blue.
Oh, okay. So once it turns blue, you have the gel in the tray.
Yes.
And then you unplug it.
Yes, and so you can like I said, the cord is just a charger, right? So you unplug it, right? And then you push a button, right? And it's going to turn blue. And you just let it sit in your mouth for 5 or 10 minutes, and while it do its thing, and it's going to turn blue, like I said, and you stick it in your mouth, and you can do it while you are reading a book, or you're washing dishes, or you're driving if you want to have this in your mouth, or you just resting at home.
Now, does that work the top and the bottom
Yes,
teeth? Okay, so
it
do you
does.
use it individually, or all teeth are in there at the same time?
All teeth is at the same time, because it's a little lip right here.
Okay.
Right? And you put the gel here and up under here, and you just plug it in your mouth.
Okay.
And hit that button, and it goes to work.
Okay. So after that's done, do you brush your teeth?
Great question. So because this is on the go, either if you use the strips or the UV tray or the pen, I just say wipe it off with a cloth. There's no need to brush your teeth. Because in some cases, the gel is still activating on your teeth. Okay. So there's no requirement to brush your teeth after you use any of the products.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you rinse your mouth or brush your teeth before you use the product?
No, I don't do that either. You know why? But you know what? These are great questions, because people say, I got to have my coffee in the morning, and then I'm going to use
coffee
it.
Stains the teeth.
Yeah. And I'm like, I got to brush my teeth. I'm like, you don't have to do anything. If you just want to, we were talking about the saliva, right? Just wipe your teeth off in case of the strips. Wipe it off and put the strip on and go. And there's no requirement to brush your teeth before or after.
Now, I have a question that kind of centers on both of what you both were saying, which is, okay, particularly because Theo mentioned brushing teeth. Now, we do know that we consume food, we're going to get something in the crevices and in the flatter parts. So there still seems to be a need to get that stuff out, because this is a whitener, but it's not going to get in between and start getting where some celery, you know how spinach and that kind of thing. Oh, you got some spinach, that kind of thing. So is there a counter effect, I should say, if you use toothpaste? Let's say we use the product, okay, because we're seeking to whiten our teeth, but is there certain toothpaste that may actually work adversely to it? Because I've got neem, I've got charcoal toothpaste, I got a lot of different toothpaste. I just say that. Mizwack. So I'm just wondering, is there any certain toothpaste, like particularly, let's say, for instance, the ones I use don't have fluoride, but I don't know if fluoride would adversely affect what you're doing. So maybe you can kind of give us an idea about that.
Yeah, so great question. Any of the toothpastes will not have an adverse effect with the teeth whitening. The active ingredient in toothpaste, or even the active ingredient with any of the products, they don't correlate. So there will be no effects, negative impacts from toothpaste or from using any of the products.
Okay.
But that's a great question, because When I was, by the way, I tried to go into the toothpaste route. I haven't figured it out yet because when you're talking about oral care, I want to be able to expand my product line to have toothpaste, toothbrush. I'm coming out with a breath spray that'll be on the market in 30 days. I'm all about teeth, right? I'm all about the health of the teeth as well. So the active ingredients, like I said before, they don't have any negative impact when you are going through the teeth whitening process.
You're aware that cloves help to control the breath, and if you the little thing that you stick in the ham to decorate it has a medicinal effect, and if you just chew that, through wherever you're going on your way, before a meeting or what have you, it controls odor in the mouth. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. It's all about, listen.
While you're doing research,
I know that.
Add that, and I'll give you my address for the check.
Okay. Absolutely. I didn't know that. So, I talked about, I don't like to talk about my engineering, but when I talk about how I save companies millions of dollars, because it's all about process improvement. It's about improvement, right? I'm probably on my third iteration of changing the packaging for my products, right? Because it's all about improving. It's all about getting knowledge and being able to improve processes. So just the fact that you just told me that alone, I'm gonna do my research, because it's
right.
As I start to get into, like I said, my breath spray, I should have, brought some samples because my customers love it. They love it for the breath spray, how long it lasts, how many pumps that it takes to get rid of the bacteria, and to also have a fresh breath, to get rid of garlic and all those types of flavors that have an adverse impact on your mouth. But I definitely am going to research that, because now as I start to really talk about teeth and whitening, I also want to have fresh breath.
Right.
And a lot of times, I want all of us to have fresh breath, but like that.
Oh yeah, nobody in your face. Foul smells.
Yeah. So thank you for that.
Sure. What other? Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking too. One of the things that, let's say I do a wide variety of studies just because I'm a curious person. So, we're always concerned with chemicals, because, there's so many chemicals that are involved. That's why I mentioned, I know when I talked with Gigi, actually we interviewed her, and there was someone else we interviewed, I think a few weeks ago, but they talk about it had these things. I'm not saying with your product, I'm just saying in general, just to get to my point, which is like she mentioned that there's no parabens, and there's certain little chemicals that, could have adverse effects, let's say internally on us, kidney, organ, spleen, you name it, kind of thing. So now, has your research led you to incorporate in your product to make sure that there's no chemicals that would have, just because as we say, the saliva is going to bring some of it down into our body as well, and we eliminate however. But is there anything that a person need be concerned with in terms of chemicals and whatever effects they may have?
Based on my research, I have not had any, or the ingredients in any of the products have any type of how do I say it? What was the word you just used?
Which one?
You said parabens.
Yeah, parabens, because I think that's generally in skin or hair products.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't want to equate that with your product. I just use that as an example of things that because I'm a person, honestly, when I buy something, in many cases, even if I don't understand whatever the chemical or technical term is, I like to read labels. Now, when I read, I'm looking for, let's say, for instance, sodium, but that's more or less food consumption, or I might look at the sugar content, fat, and that kind of thing. But I don't associate again that with your product. But I'm just saying that as somebody, I figure anything I put in my body, I should know something about it before I do it, because I want to know if it's going to have an effect. I like to know, and then that way I can be ready. I won't be shocked or surprised when something happens, because I say, okay, well, it did say it has, sodium bicarbonate or whatever.
Right.
So that was my curiosity about, as you say, your research has led you to.
Yep. So now, because when I was doing this 3 years ago, and I wanted to, those big words.
Yeah.
When I was talking to my chemist, translate that to something I know, right? And that's what happened. So when I was doing this research, the big words had to be translated down to something. What does sodium bicarbonate mean? Right. Right. So I wanted to see water, H2O. I wanted to make sure that I translated those big words into something that I knew. And that's what I did with my products in terms of the extent of research and making sure that nothing's harmful with the products and the teeth whitening. And you got to think about it. I've been doing this since I was 18. I'm not going to say how old I am, but I've been doing this for a long time, and I consider myself pretty healthy. So it's a great question. And as I transition to other products, as I talked about, especially with the breath spray, because the breath spray is organic. And I know I don't have a sample here, but the breath spray is organic because I wanted to touch upon folks that not only just for fresh breath, but my grandmother is my inspiration because she's a diabetic. And she always wanted to get a mint or something like that for freshen her breath. And I created this organic breath spray so that it addresses, you don't have to reach for a mint. You can just have a spray that's organic and having all the organic ingredients, right, and not have an adverse effect for sugar.
They listed on the label?
Yes.
What are the ingredients?
I don't have it with me. I think it's in my purse. Jade. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Reach in there and get my breath spray.
See, you all didn't know. We have a audience. We have a TV audience here. So,
and I like the fact that she used the word organic because that word is being popularized now, like non-GMOs and that kind of thing. So people automatically gravitate to something when it speaks about it being organic.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about ingredients.
Okay.
So without having my glasses on, this is menthol. Look, I'm like, wait a minute. Let me see. I'm serious.
These are magnifiers. I have to use them. So that's like.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Wait a minute. I got to do it like this. Okay, so the first ingredient is menthol Exidrol.
Okay, I'm not a, that's chemical.
Yeah, sweeteners, ethanol. Ethyl, or am I pronouncing that right? Fresh lemon extract, green tea extract, aloe vera extract, and water.
Okay.
So those are the ingredients that's listed in my breath spray. It's in a package already.
Oh, okay.
So
to carry in the purse.
Yep, it's a 2 ml, 2 ounces. That's a mint flavored breath spray. Very, very good. And this is something that definitely will be in stores.
Oh, okay.
Now, since you mentioned stores, are all three of the things that you just showed us, the oral tray, the stick, as well as the strips, are all those at Walmart now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, they're all online.
Okay.
At Walmart. The UV trays, the teeth whitening strips, and also the pen.
Now, if a person goes to online, what would you go, Walmart.com, and then what would you type in to find your product?
All Smiles.
All Smiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want everyone to be able to access it.
Right. So you can't walk into Walmart and pick it up.
Not yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Not yet.
No, that's okay. I'm just. There is a, well, I don't have the information with me, but it's information that I received on Saturday, that there is a gentleman here in I don't know that he's directly in Detroit, but he's in Michigan, African American, who does what we call placement.
Product placement
Mm-hmm.
campaign.
Yes.
Yep.
And I need to get the information for you to have a conversation with him. May be good for you, may not, but you don't know if you don't talk to him.
Absolutely.
Networking.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, it may be where I go currently right now to do business. I attend weekly, and I've been attending since 2019. Local ministry that helps to get products in stores as well.
Oh, well. you
And
know,
it may be, it may be not. I don't know.
Right, right. Well, if there are two people who can take care of it, then
Absolutely.
that's all the better.
Now, in expanding your business, as a thought occurs to me, have you approached or do you plan on approaching like certain dentist offices to offer your product as well? You know, because they're into oral care, but you know, it's not like they can't improve. You know, let's say they maybe have been using something as a standard practice for a number of years because they've been busy. So that means maybe they haven't seen all the varieties of things that they can do because they want to keep their customer base too.
Right.
So have you thought about or are you considering approaching various dentists?
Yes. Yep. So that's definitely my plans to do that, and I'm glad you mentioned that because that's something that I've been approached to on several occasions to go to different dentists. I just haven't done it yet, but you've just reinforced that that's something that I definitely need to do.
Now, I have another suggestion.
Yes.
There is a gentleman that we interviewed who teaches models. He does a lot of modeling. He has the classes every Thursday.
Okay.
And he gets bookings, all the time. But it seems to me that if he has a lot of models, that they would be concerned.
Yes.
And he would be concerned.
Yes.
About their smiles.
Yes.
All smiles.
Right.
So
I love it. I didn't even think about
that. if you were to network, I don't know that he's going to be there on the second Friday. Who was it that they say this gentleman looks like? There's some well-known, I can't think of it right now, but there's some well-known person that he looks like. Anyway, he teaches, he and his wife have this modeling agency. And the youngest person in the agency is his 2-year-old baby, Capri. She models too, So, but
is that Nuri and Hanifa Muhammad? Are they the ones? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Yes, and that's somebody else that we need to network you with.
Absolutely.
Or get you network, whatever. Anyway,
that's a great idea.
Part of his class or sessions, that he had would be to present that,
Absolutely. And I love that idea because I see this is a great opportunity because I didn't even think about models or agencies like that because
they have smiles.
Yes, they have smiles.
We're supposed to have smiles.
They have smiles.
You can't walk out on the stage.
Absolutely, definitely. I am definitely would definitely like to connect.
That's right. I'm trying to earn my breast spray.
That's right.
I
got you on this one. This is yours.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, darling.
Now, one thing I was curious about, and we probably got about, let's say, 6 or 7 minutes before the break, so this may have to carry over to after, but I just want to at least initiate the question, is what would you say to people in general who want to be entrepreneurs and get into business? Like, what was your, basically step by step, how did you approach the business side? Because many people have products, I write, so let's say I've got literature, I get poems, that kind of thing, but there's a step by step process where you get into first, like with you originated with the idea, like you said, in your late teens, with just wanting to get into Smiles. So how did you approach the business side of it, of getting yourself into that, and then marketing, product design, that whole thing? Because that's very important to an entrepreneur.
It is. You want to talk about it before the 6 minutes? Because that's
Well,
a
we can-
long... Oh, that's...
Well, we can kind of scratch the surface.
We're going to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
So the first part is there's some steps, right? And those steps I learned through the local ministry in terms of coming up with a product, right? When you have a product, and then you have to go through getting, in this case, your product with down the road would be your EIN, right? You got to get your EIN. You got to make sure you get. There's about 9 steps before you even get to this process, right? And that's something that we have connections and getting to the right business resource to get you to this point of a product. Because when I started out with the packaging, because I'm a packaging major, I have a degree, I knew what I wanted to be close to my competitors. So I went through those steps, and like I said, 3 iterations of changing the original packaging to what it is today. All right. And so once you have your idea, you have your barcode, you have your EIN, you have what's your colors, your logo, right? You have all those fundamental basic steps, right, of getting to your product. And then you start to think about how you're going to display your product.
Okay. We have a caller.
Actually hung up.
On the phone. Okay.
They hung up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always call.
Be patient when you call, because we may be in the middle of a sentence.
Yes. Yeah.
So what, you have your logo, right? Is it they call
How
that?
many minutes?
No. We got about 2 minutes to break.
2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, for the 2 minutes, because I have a question about color, but give your contact information within these 2 minutes. Then we got to go to station identification.
My contact information? My contact information is first by my website would be www.allsmilesonline.com. You can also on IG, Twitter, and YouTube, allsmiles_LLC. And then Walmart, of course. Go to All Smiles and type in, it's Walmart Marketplace, and once you type in that, All Smiles, you should be able to come and see all my products.
Now, when you go to Walmart, to their marketplace, you don't put in All Smiles online. You just put in All Smiles.
All Smiles, yes.
.com.
No, just All Smiles.
Just All Smiles.
Yes.
Okay. For Walmart. Oh, okay. And is there a number?
Absolutely.
For people who don't have computer access?
Yes, my phone number is 313-979-5537.
Again.
313-979-5537.
Okay. Now.
We want you to stay tuned, and as Theo would tell you, get your coffee, get your donuts, or whatever it is you may want, tea, for the station break, and then resume. And make sure, again, you have pen and paper handy, because the sister has given you information,
right.
contact information. So if you didn't have it, this is the opportunity to get that together. And on the other side of the break, we'll continue our conversation.
Yeah, call somebody. Tell them to watch, too. And we'll be back momentarily.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit ombudsman.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and Friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
All right, everybody, settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hold on a few seconds. There gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn. Ta-da!
It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wally Woodman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
You ready to put your podcast on iHeartRadio? Yes, your podcast on iHeartRadio. What about Alexa, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android, or iPhone? Plus live TV streaming. Get your podcast seen and heard all over the world. Call 313-868-6612. Pre-recorded shows are accepted to be archived. This is a WHPR distribution platform. Download the app from the App Store. Go to WHPRTV.com. Channels available for lease 24/7 on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. Coming soon, subscription and pay-per-view.
Also,
Block time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM WGPR HD2. RadioWeCanSee.com.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. We are living through unprecedented times. As a result, the Michigan Homeowner Assistance Fund was created. This fund, administered by the state of Michigan, is designed to help homeowners cope with pandemic-related hardships, such as delinquent property taxes. Residents may apply for up to $25,000 to help cover 2019, 2020, and 2021 tax years. Previous year's taxes must be paid in full or in a payment agreement with the Treasurer's Office. Eligible homeowners must have a qualified financial hardship that occurred on or after January 21st, 2020. You must currently own and occupy your home as your primary residence and must have owned it since January 21st, 2020. To see if you qualify, please visit waynemetro.org, call 313-388-9799, or email taxinfo@waynecounty.com. We're here to help.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A Positive Image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback, feedback, feedback.
And we are back. And I have experienced the breath spray. And it is, what's a good word? Exhilarating? What's exhilarating?
That's a good word.
That's a good word. It also, if you thought you might wanted to nod, you're not going to nod out. It's because it takes your attention. And the mint in it is good. It's tasty.
Thank you.
Oh, we have a caller? Oh, okay.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how are you viewing us, please?
James Ford from the Obama weekend, but I just want to mention something. I would like people, concerned citizens, to join me September 8th, 5:30 to 8:30 at Mumford High School to speak out on this blatant red light running and racing in the streets. Every concerned citizen should try to be there. I saw two 18-wheelers on different days blatantly running red lights. I'm talking about the red light was red maybe 20 seconds before that truck got to the intersection. Any children had been on the bus, they all would have been killed. Anybody had ran into that truck, they would have been decapitated. The driver at least would have been decapitated. That's all I got to say. I hope I didn't take up too much time. Please join me.
No,
September 12th, at 5 o'clock at
Wait a
Mumford
minute.
High School.
You
Everybody that's concerned about children, school children, any type of children, older people should be there. God bless you. Thank you for giving me that little time.
James Ford. The
Yes.
date that you're given, what event is taking place?
School board meeting.
And the date
High
again? Wait. And the date again?
September 12th.
Oh, September the 12th. Okay, that's not the date I heard you say at first.
It was that he said
Yes,
first.
Yeah,
September
right.
12th.
Oh, okay. September the 12th. It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
And you're saying it's at Mumford High School.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, because that's not the date that you gave at first. Okay, we just want to clarify it so that people
Yeah.
know and they can
Hope I
write it
didn't
down.
interrupt. Thank
No,
you.
no.
Your
You're
guest,
welcome.
just breaking- Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. That is a serious problem, and people need to be concerned about it. You know, that definitely to have injuries to our young children, of course, will interfere with their smiles, and we don't want any of that. We are back with our guest this morning, Monique Thomas. The company is All Smiles. I like that. Now, we were talking about steps getting into business, as Thabiti was asking about. We have another call. Oh, okay.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how are you viewing us, please?
Yeah, I was calling about the teeth whitening.
Yes. Go
Is
ahead.
that on?
Yes. Monique Thomas. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was calling to see if this was available for dentures.
If what? If what was available?
Cleaning dentures.
For dentures? Is that the question?
I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great question. I get that too as well. So, the dentures, no, it's not. It won't be as effective versus the natural teeth. So that's one thing that I know that something I wish we had a product that focused on dentures to get whiter, and I think that's why I'm working on a different type of toothpaste that address dentures, because that's one of the things that through trial and error that the teeth whitening process with the active ingredient does not really affect dentures, not the way that it should, like as if they were on the natural teeth. But that's something that definitely I am working on with a more active toothpaste that address dentures.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Now, ma'am, as you might want to try using baking soda with the toothbrush while Monique Turner Thomas is getting the perfect solution.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome.
I want to follow up with what she was saying because I had a thought like that. When people have bridges, some of them have, like my brother just had, I guess, I want to say implants put in. So as you say, and I just want to be clear for everyone else. Well, first let's get this caller that I get to. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how are you viewing us, please?
Yes, my name is Iris Moss.
Thank you for calling. You have a question,
Thank you.
comment? Mm-hmm. You have a question or a comment?
I just want to make a comment. I have used the products that are being advertised, and I just want to give a testimony to the fact that those products work very well. I would compare those products to any of the products that's in the store. And so just want to give a shout out and say I am glad that I tried it. It's affordable. And I have a great smile.
Thank you.
All right.
So good to hear that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And viewers and listeners, another testimonial. Theo has given a personal one on us right here. So we got all these testimonials. Now, my question, before that was just the curiosity because you say so it's more geared towards natural teeth as opposed to like porcelains or veneers and all those other things that they're coming up with, which when a person loses a tooth, they don't have any choice but to have it replaced with whatever it is because the natural will never be there again. But I just want everyone to be clear and understand because of the lady when she spoke about dentures that it is geared towards people who have their natural teeth.
Yes, it is. And I've had people, especially with this system, I've seen the results, but they're not results expected to where they should be, right? So there is a difference, and I always like to say because it's not, I believe in my product, and it's about quality, and I don't want to sell anything that's not going to be effective and change, right? And so I rather say no to it, right? Knowing that my product is really geared towards the natural teeth, and then work on research on doing something that addresses the gap with dentures. I mean, because I had something, you know how you have a root canal and you get your tooth changed, and I had one done back in 2018. Well, my teeth are so white that the tooth that they replaced is not as white.
Right.
So I recently had to get it replaced.
Oh wow!
Right, and so so I just was like, okay, I'm glad my product works, but I'm like, I got to come up with a solution for this thing. I can't go afford to get a root canal just because my teeth is not white as the other one, right?
Oh Lord, you got to talk to these dentists out here.
Yes,
wow.
Absolutely.
So now I wanted to ask about this packaging and colors. You had briefly, started to talk about that before we went to our break.
So the colors, and the packaging, so critical, right, for marketing purposes, right?
Yes.
And so because of the when I did my research, I went in and looked at the aisles of what's out there with other with the other products, right? And I looked at colors, and I said, okay, if I know who my main competitor is, I wanted to match that, not exact, right? But something similar. And when I even came up with the logo for All Smiles, I wanted something to be unique, right? I had a friend of mine she gave me some input, and actually she created it, and I loved it. And I was like, we're going to put this together and make All Smiles the way that it is, because it's something catchy, and it goes with definitely my logo, meaning your smile is everything. So colors are important. Marketing. Your smile is everything. That's my motto.
That's part of a commercial. Okay, go ahead.
That's right. I want one. I should have a commercial already. I said I was going to be on the billboard with my smile one day.
One day.
One day. It's going to happen. Yes. And so when the colors are blue and white with the white background. And then because I'm a woman-owned business, I'm a certified woman-owned business, I always like to have anything that I'm tied to. Right. Like to have the packaging because it's important. Right. FDA certified. I'm a woman owned business, so I have that on there as well. And I also have, because I'm in stores, I have my barcode on here as well.
Oh, yes,
all those things are very important.
Right.
With instructions and some pictorials when it comes to packaging. Okay.
Is it royal blue and white?
Yes. Royal blue and white.
And just as a side note, this is just something, and we were discussing this off air because I had published a book in early 2000, and then I've just done research and heard things over the years. We know that sometimes, let's just say in the prison industrial complex, because that's pretty much what it is, they were toying with the idea that like maybe some of the walls were gray in these type of environments, so they actually, like what you're saying, experimented with colors, because a lot of people don't understand, just like music will have an effect on us, colors have an effect on us as well. And I know that they've tried to, like in classrooms, in business settings, etc., try to have a color that, because all these colors affect our mood. You know, we talk about we're in a blue mood, we're in a dark mood, you know, the walls are dark, and then we could have vibrant colors like orange or yellows or pastels, and all of these things, we don't know it, but on a subconscious level, they do affect us emotionally as well. So I applaud you for doing research on that, because that's one of the things that's critical. And I'm just saying that to the audience as well, because any of you who may consider being an entrepreneur, there are so many nuances that you really need to know about what you're getting into. You have a product, but you need to know all the nuances that go into it, because otherwise it sits on the shelf and that does no one any good.
Right. And the reason why you see so many fast food restaurants use the color orange is because orange makes you hungry.
I didn't even know that.
Look at the fast food restaurants. They all use a shade of orange.
I'm even thinking about Burger King.
Yeah, that came first of all.
Yes, the bun.
Yeah.
The bun is orange.
Arby's got orange in theirs. Yeah. So I never thought about it.
I never thought about that.
McDonald's is big on that too.
Absolutely. You're right.
They may put a little yellow in, but it's orange. Howard Johnson's, do they exist anymore? That was orange too. But
you got me thinking about all the restaurants that got orange, because you're absolutely right.
Yes.
And so I just followed suit. You know, let's talk about that though. As we talk about colors, and I was thinking about, like I told you before, I wanted to change. I changed the packaging 3 times, right? But I maintain consistency with the colors.
Oh, so you had blue all the time.
But I had different shades of blue.
Okay.
I had different shades.
Blue is an indication of integrity, but go ahead.
Yep. That's another thing I just learned too. This is awesome.
Call me anytime. Go ahead.
And so when it came to the other packaging, I went with all white, but it still has the blue, right? Because this is a very powerful system, and I wanted to make sure that the pictures and the images come through and make it simple but classy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Professional. Right. Not classy, but professional.
Exactly.
Right?
Classy is cool.
Yeah, classy is
Who
cool.
doesn't want to be classy?
Impactful.
Yeah, that's right. I love that word. That's better. Because like I said, you know, it's easy to, as we were talking about starting businesses, right? And so when you go through the 9 steps of getting a business, which I said before, we have definitely connections and resources to get for those folks that want to start a business, right? We have those connections to get you to those resources. But more importantly for me is how do you maintain a business? Right. And so we provide at All Smiles consulting services where you can start a business. This is after you start your business. It's about how do you maintain and stay in business, because you're in it every day. So you're executing. You are looking at logistics. You're buying supplies. You're looking at your demand, right? But when you start spending money and money all the time, you got to be able to know, how can I improve? How can I improve in my spend? Let me make sure that my logistics on cost, I'm saving, right? Look at our supply chain. How often are you getting your supplies? Are you getting them by live truck, or you have what we call mom and pop stores where you got to stop at multiple locations before you get your product? And this is where All Smiles come in and look at your portfolio and look at where you're spending your money and how can you save. And if I can save the big three millions of dollars, if I can save distribution companies millions of dollars, I definitely want to be able to save our African American business owners who are starting out and have a product or a service to be able to provide consulting services to save them millions of dollars.
Now, I just want to ask, the phone number that you gave, is that something that someone can contact you for those consulting services? And would you give that again for them?
Both.
The phone number?
The phone number,
yes. So that they'll be able to say, okay, I want to call you for consulting services, because I always feel it's important if somebody's already been through the ropes and learn the routine, then it's a shortcut for those who want to get into it. And as you say, save costs, because you'll spend money you don't need to if you don't know where you would cut a corner at or how to access certain things. So I want everyone who's listening and viewing to be able to access you for that as well. And they have a wonderful smile while they're trying to get into in the mix.
You can save some money and have a beautiful smile.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yes, that's the right contact number for both services. My number is 313-979-5537.
373.
No, 313.
313-979-5537.
Okay. Oh, we have another caller. Okay.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Yes, this is Sister Katrina Henry.
Oh, well, thank you for calling, Katrina.
You're welcome. And I have a couple of suggestions for the sister, the breath mint, and maybe a couple other ingredients that she could check into. Some things in which my grandparents and also Dr. Pookum and such as that, Dr. Fulton, which was what's his name, Dick Gregory's doctor. Some of the things that they mentioned was the organic natural mint that actually comes up and grows in our yard. A lot of times we wind up cutting it down and not realizing it is the natural mint. And it grows wild, but it is the same item or ingredients that is used in a lot of products. And you can use it to make teas, you can make puddings and such as that with it. The other thing is chlorophyll, which is very healthy and good for the body, as well as wheatgrass. So those may be 3 ingredients that she may want to do some research on to see if she can use those things for her in her and place them in her product or for just. And there's a lot of information. So I would suggest that she check a little bit further into those items. And congratulations to you and your product.
Thank you so much. I just want to make sure I can do a recap. Chlorophyll, wheatgrass, and natural mint from
the girls outside, the men outside.
The men outside. Did I get those 3 correct?
Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
You're
calling.
more than welcome. All right.
Thank you for calling.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. And also, seniors have mint growing around their homes because they used to say that it repelled mice that wanted to try and get in the house. Oh, anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. Where were we?
That's organic.
That's organic, right?
You're just saying the business.
Yes. So I was saying about the business from a consulting standpoint. It's important, and I tell people all the time because, yes, I have my engineering degrees, and I want to be able to transition what I have done for 20 years to be a blessing and help others, right? Especially in our local communities, knowing about, because a lot of times people don't know about logistics and they don't know about forecasting demand because they just want to spend, right? You're spending, or they might not know about packaging, or they might not know about, what's the footprint? How much space do I have? This amount of space, but how do I maximize my capacity on utilizing the space that I have, right? So that I can be able to bring more business, or I might have the right product placement, so you don't just have a space with a bunch of stuff in it that's not generating money. Right? And so that's where our services come in, and from a consulting standpoint, to be able to provide consulting services. It's all about gearing. How do you still run your business, make money, but save money at the same time?
Oh, wow. You talk about the store shelf space or stands. Sometimes people want to bring in their own stands to make their product, to kind of jump out at you as you walk down the aisle. It may be on a shelf or maybe on a stand at the end of the aisle. Do you talk about that as well?
Yes, because so I brought the display, right? Because some of my experience, there's some good things when you have corporate experience, right? Because I was able to learn and transition and say, I want product placement on shelves that have the golden eye, right? I want that shelf space. Right. Golden eye means when you walk in the store, your eyes are going to go to that aisle, not to the top, not to the bottom, but that golden space, right? I talk about that, right? So that's important about your packaging. Or in my breath spray, right? This here is for kiosks. This is on the go. So this will be at the
near the cash register.
At the cash registers. So you can get it and go.
Yeah.
You got to think about it a lot.
Right.
So this is a hang display, right? These others are for product placement on a shelf, right? Which is all important. And they are key variables when you're getting ready to pick your product to understand, how do you want your product placed? Do you want it in a blister pack that is on the go at the cash register, or you want to have invest in marketing and packaging so you could have that shelf space, that golden space on the shelf, right? Because size means the difference too. Or you want kiosk, or you have kiosks that's product placed that's in the aisles. You'll see that oftentimes with different, depending on the size of your product. All those are different consultation types of things that we talk about when you partner with me.
And it's interesting because I'm an avid reader, probably got well over 600 books in my library, but some of the books I collected included marketing because I just wanted to have an idea about it, and advertising, how do you do it? And that little golden space you were saying, I know how they said that, like as you indicated, people may not look up or down, but if it's right there at eye level, so you figure out what is the average height of a human, an adult human who would be a shopper, and then you try to have it so, because people are not prone to look up or down, they're prone to look directly ahead. So what you were saying, I can agree with that wholly because I've actually studied that. I haven't done anything with it, but I do know about it.
Well, it gives you an opportunity to talk about it.
That's
on
right.
a talk show. Passing on the information. That's what we do here, pass on information.
That's right.
And receive information from the callers. Well, I just don't understand this clock. It's supposed to give you time to get information out, but this clock here is unforgiving. And we are now down to our last, I guess, minute and a quarter. Right. Yeah. And Monique Thomas has been a wealth of information for us this morning. And we always appreciate sharing information with you. And we appreciate you calling in and sharing information with us as well. The email, you want to give contact information once again and the telephone number. And this is Monique Thomas, All Smiles. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you. So I can be reached phone by 313-979-5537 or my website, www.allsmilesonline.com, or by Walmart. Walmart is huge. Walmart Marketplace. You can find me on All Smiles and look for the blue and white with All Smiles. And also YouTube channel, All Smiles _LLC, as well as Instagram and Twitter.
All right. We want to thank you so much for being here with us this morning. And here, I say at the end of our program, it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. And we at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you and encourage you to share with us. It helps us to make better informed decisions. Hood Research has an email, which is contact@hoodresearch.org. Again, that's CONTACT, little @ symbol, the A with the circle around it, HOODRESEARCH.org. The phone number to reach Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. We want you to also know that you can get information to join us on Saturdays, where we have an afternoon conference call between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Every Saturday. It started during the pandemic. Every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And just call in so that you can get the numbers and get the access code, press pound, and join the conversation. We want you to tune in again after you hear what my co-host has to say.
Two things. First, if you look at this lovely lady's smile, then she's selling her product already. And the second thing, which I generally end the show with, is if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
All right. And we encourage you to be with us next Monday, same time, same place. Peace.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.